Today we're going to be making the most aromatic, beautifully cooked, perfect rice. So let's take a look at the aromatics that I'm using today. I've got 2 dried red chilies, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 5 green cardamom pods, 5 cloves, nice long piece there of cinnamon, and that there is 1 black dried lime or lemon. So we've seen the spices and aromatics that we're using. Let's obviously now take a look at our rice. In there, I've got 2 cups of rice. I'm using a basmati rice now. Not all rice is equal. You get what you pay for, basically. There's different grades of rice. This is quite a good quality, long grain basmati rice. I've washed it through a couple of times. 2 cups would mean I'm gonna add 4 cups or double the amount of water. We're then going to drop in that black lemon or lime. Now with that, what you can do, let me just show you. You can get a fork or a knife and you can just prod it a little bit and it will release many of its properties. The cinnamon, the chili, then we've got 5 cloves, 5 green cardamoms, the turmeric and the cumin seeds. To that we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. Just going to give that a little mix. And then the heat's going to go on. Once that reaches boiling point, it's on an above medium heat at the moment, it's fairly lively. Once that starts to boil, I'm going to turn that down and stick a lid on it. Then it's going to take about 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, so that's just reached a nice boiling point. Lid goes on, and I'm going to reduce the heat down to not a simmer, but above a simmer. About 7 or 8 minutes. Around 7 or 8 minutes, we're going to turn the heat off now. Just take a look at it and get some steam out of there. So we've got that really beautiful, vibrant colour from the turmeric and the lovely flavours from all of those lovely spices. We've got a little bit of moisture in there. What I want you to do now is put the lid back on and just leave it for 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so just sat that there for 4 or so minutes. Let's have a look in there. That's beautiful. Beautifully cooked, perfect, aromatic rice. And there we have it. Job done. Cilantro rice if you're in America, coriander rice if you're in the UK. This is so delicious. It really is, and it takes no time whatsoever. Let's get on with this beauty. Okay, let's take a look at this. Very few ingredients and really delicious. So rice, cold, 1 day old rice is best. Hot rice, warm rice doesn't work out so well. I've got about 4 cups there of a basmati cooked rice. Here I've got 2 bunches of cilantro or coriander, whatever you call that. 1 onion cut nice and small. 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds. Nice tablespoon there of garlic ginger paste. If you don't have garlic ginger paste, you could just chop some garlic and some ginger. Salt and pepper. A little bit of oil, that's about it. Delicious. So you're going to need a wok or a frying pan or skillet, something like that. I've got some oil in there. I'm using sunflower oil. Just dropped in those cumin seeds. Now if you want to get some black mustard seeds in there, some green cardamom, a bit of cinnamon stick. You can, go to town on it if you want. I like it nice and simple like this. Just a few seconds, let them seeds do their thing in there. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drop in the onion. And we're on an above medium heat. And we're going to go for 4 minutes. So it's just like 4 minutes there. Onions coming together really nicely. We're now going to drop in that garlic ginger paste. Nice tablespoon of that. Some salt and pepper. And like I say, if you don't have garlic ginger paste, just chop some garlic and ginger in here. Just cut it nice and small. Bear with me, we're going to just mix this in. And then we're going to be adding our rice. Cold cooked basmati rice is what I'm using, and like I say, cold rice, 1 day old, is beautiful for this. About another 4 to 5 minutes, stay on this above medium heat. Let's fry this around. We are so nearly done to make this really super tasty, easy cilantro or coriander rice. That's really nice. Now don't be shy about frying your rice, you know. Little bit of colouring on it, little browning or blackening is actually quite nice. Okay, off goes the heat. And then a crazy amount of cilantro or coriander. It is the star of the show, after all. We're going to mix that in, and then I'm going to get this on a plate. We are done. Could not be simpler. That really is beautiful, really delicious. Vegetarian, vegan, healthy, fantastic. Okay, so what we're doing here is chana dal rice. So equal parts of the chana dal cooked to the rice, some onions, garlic, ginger, some beautiful spices. It's so easy. It's vegetarian, it's healthy, it's vegan. So this is a really nice, easy chana rice. So I've got 3 cups of cooked basmati rice. It's cold. I cooked it yesterday. Cold is better than warm or hot. 3 cups of chana dal. Now don't confuse chana dal with yellow split peas. This was cooked for about 50 minutes. If I had done that to yellow split peas, it would be a soup already. Chana dal cooks and holds its shape really well. 1 cup onions. 1 teaspoon green cardamom powder. 2 teaspoons of these 3. Coriander, chili and cumin. I'm using a Kashmiri chili powder, by the way. 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds and 2 teaspoons of black mustard seeds. It actually looks much more than that, but it is 2 teaspoons. 1 tablespoon of garlic ginger paste. Salt and pepper, about a teaspoon each. We're going to start this off with some oil. It's delicious. So I've got my little wok out today, and I've got some oil in there. I'm using a canola oil. You could use something different if you want. Coconut oil actually might be quite nice in this. In goes the 2 teaspoons each of black mustard seeds and the cumin seeds. And we're on a fairly lively heat. Let them just do their thing in there for a few seconds, and they'll infuse that oil and give it a lovely flavour. Next up, 1 cup of onion. I've sliced my ones, but of course you could cut them really small if you want. Okay, keep it moving. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Just a couple of minutes or so there. Next up, we're going to add in the garlic ginger paste. Garlic ginger paste is a 50-50 mix of garlic and ginger. You can buy it in most stores, I suppose. I mean, depends where you live. Or you can make it. We make our own one here because we just use tons of it all the time. Let's add some salt and pepper, a teaspoon each. Let's now get our 3 cups of chana dal in the mix. And like I said, I cooked these and boiled them for like 50 minutes. They're tough little things. And like I say, don't confuse these with yellow split peas because they do look very, very similar. But like I said earlier, they will just cook to a mush very easily. Okay, about another 3 or 4 minutes, staying on this high heat, moving it pretty much all the time. We're well on our way here. Okay, spices, let's have a look again, shall we? 1 teaspoon of green cardamom powder, and then 2 teaspoons of chili, coriander and cumin. In that all goes. Now I'm keeping this really simple today, but you could be putting in here something like grated carrots, celery, you know, or some other vegetables. Now next up we're going to add our rice, which is equal parts, 3 cups again, to the chana dal. Stay on this high heat, keep it moving. I'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes. Really beautiful, happy, just there, can you see that where it's caught on the bottom a little bit, some of the rice has browned a little bit. I love that. Okay, off goes the heat. Now, didn't show you this earlier, but completely optional if you can handle the heat. Some chopped green chili and a little bit of chopped cilantro or coriander. Little mix. Check that for salt. It's going to be fantastic to me. You've got a really beautiful, easy chana dal rice here. Really love this one. Let me get that on a plate. And there you go, something special that is. I think it's a really special dish. Very basic, lovely flavours, really good for you. Vegetarian, vegan, what more can I say? Today I'm going to be cooking some rice, fried rice, cardamom or green cardamom fried rice. It really is beautiful just as it is, or served on the side with a curry or something like that. It is very tasty and very easy. Let's get on with it. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got. So I've got some basmati rice there. That's 1 day old rice. It's been cooked and I stored it in my refrigerator overnight. It's always best to use that type of rice, I think. Same day, hot or warm rice doesn't work out so well. 1 onion cut nice and small. I've got some fresh mint. You could use cilantro if you wanted. I've got a teaspoon there of green cardamom powder, 2 teaspoons of black mustard seeds. How many have I got there? 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green cardamom pods, a tablespoon of garlic, salt and pepper, and we're going to start this off with some oil. Okay, so I've got some hot oil here. I'm using a sunflower oil. We're going to drop in the green cardamom pods and the black mustard seeds just for a few seconds. Let them do their thing. And then we're going to go in with the onion. And the chopped garlic. Now if you wanted, you could be also add in here ginger. We're now going to add in some salt and pepper, the green cardamom powder. 2 minutes on this highish heat. Keep it moving. Okay, that's just 2 minutes. Very simply, we're going to add in our rice, our cooked cold basmati rice. 4 minutes, staying on this high heat. Keep it moving. we are very nearly done. So very important that you actually fry the rice for a certain amount of time. You know, some people just chuck it in, mix it about and think it's done. You actually really have to fry it. Okay, off goes the heat. We've got that chopped mint, or if, like I said, if you want, you could use cilantro or coriander, but I think the mint in there is beautiful. You've done it. That's a really simple, easy cardamom rice. Let me pop that on a plate. Okay, and that's it. There you go. Very simple, very easy, super tasty cardamom rice. This is chickpea rice, bit spicy, delicious. I'm going to be starting mine off with some coconut oil, but you can use a different oil if you want. We're going to melt that in the pan, and I'm going to be adding to that 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds and about 6 whole green cardamom pods. Give that a little mix, it will infuse that oil. On an above medium heat, by the way. Next up, we're going to drop in 1 cup of onion, and then a tablespoon of garlic. If you want, you could be using garlic ginger paste or something like that. I'm just going with garlic today. Little mix on that. Beautiful. So I've got a cup of green bell peppers here. Again, cut nice and small, and I've got 2 cups of cooked chickpeas. If you're using from a can, give them a nice wash. Let's get some salt in the mix. And then here we go, our powders. I've got 2 teaspoons of cumin powder, 1 of chili, and 1 of turmeric. In that goes. Staying on this fairly vibrant heat, we're going to stir that around for a couple of minutes. Really delicious and simple, this one is. Next up, rice time. So I'm using cold cooked rice. This was cooked last night. There's 3 cups worth there. I'm using a basmati rice. If you want some fresh chili in here or something like that, that's up to you. And again, we're going to fry this around for about 4 to 5 minutes. We actually do want to fry the rice. Look at that, fantastic. Got a nice bit of colour from the spices onto the rice. That's a beauty. If you want some fresh cilantro in there, can work. For me, that is fantastic. So we've got 3 cups of cooked rice. Now, if you're regular to the show, you know what I'm about to say. Cold cooked rice is way better for fried rice than hot or warm. That was made yesterday, been in the refrigerator. The selection of vegetables is up to you. I'm using 4 vegetables: broccoli, cauliflower, about 2 cups each, and bell peppers and zucchini or courgettes, whatever you want to call them, cup each. Half a cup of onion. In there I've got a teaspoon each. Salt, pepper, chili, coriander, cumin, and turmeric. 2 teaspoons cumin seeds, tablespoon ginger garlic paste, which is a 50-50 mix of the 2. Let's get going. Okay, so you're going to need a kind of wok-y type thing that I've got, or a frying pan or something. In there I've got about 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm using sunflower oil, but you could use a different oil if you want. In goes those cumin seeds and the onion. We're on an above medium heat, quite a high heat. I've just put that on. I'll be back in 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, beautiful. Next up, I'm going to add my cauliflower and my broccoli. They're basically my hardest vegetables that I've got. If you're putting carrots in or something like that, celery, you want to be getting that in now as well, you know. Mushrooms, for example, will go in last. We're just going to go for 2 more minutes just to get that going. Stir frying this around. Fantastic. We're now going to put in the ginger garlic paste. Like I said, it's a 50-50 mix of the two. You can buy it in, well, you'll buy it in every Asian store. You can make it yourself like we do. I use a lot of it here, like tons of it. So I make my own one. Then we're going to add our other vegetables. There's the zucchini, there's the bell peppers. Again, high heat. Let's just go for another 2 minutes, but keep it moving constantly now because you've put the ginger garlic paste in, otherwise it will burn. Okay, let's just take a look, shall we? Teaspoon each, salt, pepper, coriander, chili, turmeric, and cumin. If you want, just put some salt and pepper in there and some curry powder that you might have. I've just gone for the sort of individual spices there, which I think is better, but you could just pop a curry powder in that. Okay, rice time. So 3 cups of rice, cold cooked rice. You can see that it's nice and fluffy like that. Once it gets cold, it kind of absorbs all any extra water it has on it. And this is quite vegetable heavy. You might want to put a little bit more rice in. Now we actually do need to cook our rice, fry it. So we're going to go for about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. If I get a little bit of browning on that rice, I'm happy. I think that gives it a lovely flavour. You can hear that rice frying, I hope. That's beautiful. Off goes the heat. Couple of things I didn't show you. We're going to put in some cilantro or coriander and some fresh chili. Both optional. Give that a mix. Job done. Beautiful. Well done, everyone. Hello, how you doing? Not going to keep you long at all today. Very simple onion rice. Very few ingredients, super easy, absolutely delicious. Okay, so very simple this. I've got some cooked rice there. I'm using a basmati rice. I've got 4 cups of cooked cold rice. Cold rice always works out a little bit better. 2 onions sliced, salt and pepper, tablespoon of cumin seeds, and tablespoon and a half maybe there of garlic. Some oil, let's go. Okay, so I've got my wok here. You need a wok or a frying pan or something like that. We're going to pop that tablespoon of cumin seeds into some oil. I'm using a sunflower oil. Then we're going to go onion and garlic. Keep it on a high heat. Keep it moving, and I'll be back in about 4 minutes. Okay, that's 4 minutes. Now, I like my onions about there. We're going to do some more cooking, of course, with the rice. But if you want them crispier, cook for a little bit more. Salt and pepper, about a teaspoon each there, I suppose. And then cooked rice. And like I say, I'm using a nice basmati and cold. This was actually cooked yesterday, put it in the fridge. So overnight, works out really well. 5 minutes, keep it moving. Let's actually fry that rice. If we get a little bit of browning or blackening on the rice, I'm super happy. So I'm hoping that you can hear that. That's your rice frying there, beautiful. Okay, off goes the heat. And we're done. If you wanted, you could add some fresh chili in there, some cilantro or coriander leaves, whatever you call that. But for me, beautiful. And there you go. Really simple.